So, all right. All right, and you can hear me say shh. You guys will have time to do it. All right, so first thing I need to do is I need to get my timer. 3 minutes. So here's what's gonna go. I am going to introduce her. I'm gonna step off stage. I'm gonna sit down, and I'm gonna start taking notes. She's gonna have 3 minutes. My alarm will start when her first word starts. Okay? When you hear the alarm go off, just stop talking. Okay? I might hold it, and if you're paying attention and you can end the sentence, I will allow you to end the sentence. So I don't want to totally disrupt you from that. No, that's okay. You can stay there. Sophie, stay off the stage, please. Okay, please go over there. Listen to your father. So what will happen is I'm going to be listening, tonality, storytelling, physicality, things. You're going to learn a lot from watching other people get up here and get feedback. It's the most brilliant thing to take in from other people, because there's things you're going to see that you're going to be like, oh, I felt that way, but I didn't know why I felt that way. Okay? So, and what I want to do is after everyone is done, I want you to stand up and let them feel what it feels like to have a standing ovation, because we're going to do the same for you. This is a beautiful way for them to remember what it feels like for those days where you're like, oh, why am I doing this anymore? And then you get off the stage and little Miss Rosie runs up and she says, yes, yes, yes. I had a money gun and I was going to do money showers on everyone up here, so they felt what that felt like, but somehow it didn't end up in my luggage. So, next time. So, here's how we're gonna go. I'm gonna say it, you're gonna come up, I'm gonna walk down, and I need this. And then you can start, take a second, so Trey can take a photo of you, right? So you have that as well as an asset. Welcome. Pronita is a technologist with a love for creativity. Over the last decade, she has made countless students, educators, and business leaders become better problem solvers. So welcome to the stage, Pronita.
Hello everyone. So my name is Pranita and I am the founder of Mindantics. So how many of you, show of hands, how many of you have ever had an idea, a creative idea, that got you really excited? Yeah. It doesn't have to be a groundbreaking idea. It could be something really simple, like you came up with a new kind of a recipe, or you found a smarter way to do something, or you just saw somebody doing something, and then something clicked in your brain and said, aha, I could copy that. We all do that all the time, right? But why does it make us feel so good? It's because every time in our brains, when our brains make a connection between two concepts, it releases a burst of dopamine. And dopamine, that's the feel-good hormone, that's what makes us feel good. That's what gives us that feeling of aha. And that's what, that's what makes us really, that's a way of our brain to tell us or give us a signal that, hey, this is something really cool that you need to pay attention to, because this might be a useful idea. So that's our brain giving us that signal. So you could argue that creativity is perhaps one of the most human things that we do. And we've been doing it forever, ever since we were babies, or even back in ancient times. Some of our earliest ancestors, I would say some of them, really smart ancestors, they probably saw a log rolling down the hill, and that gave them this aha. Oh wait, I could use that. I could change that, I could use that and make it into a wheel, and that will help me carry such heavy loads. So from the ancient times to the current times, we constantly look around the world. We find little things and we find ways to improve it, improve it for ourselves, solve problems for ourselves, or improve it for other people. So creative problem solving is one of the most human capacities that we have. And it's even more important in this age of AI. So my co-authors and I, we recently published a work where we improved the creativity of large language models, the ChatGPT, by using a very specific technique. And yes, we could improve the creativity of LLMs, but I can tell you that AI, even now, is nowhere near the creativity of humans. So creative problem solving in the age of AI, where more and more jobs are going away, that is our superpower. So why is it that a lot of our institutions, whether it's organizations or schools, they stifle creativity instead of fostering it? Why do we create norms and hierarchies where people can't bring out their best ideas, solve problems in their own unique ways? So there's research that shows that when companies build a culture of innovation, they not only improve profitability, they increase employee engagement, they improve mental health for people. And so just take a minute, pause and think. Just imagine, what would it be like to work in a company that is full of happy, motivated, engaged, creative problem solvers at every level? Thank you.
It's okay, it's perfect. We're all gonna do that. You guys are all gonna do that. I've done it while I've been here. So, here's some of the things for us. So stay up here. When you started and you asked the question, how many of you in here? Okay, so if I do this, what are you gonna do? This. If I do this, I'm gonna get a response.
Okay.
How many of you in here have a message you wanna create a movement with? Now, stop. Everyone look around. Keep your hand up. Look around. So, like I said, I just created a tribe. I'm getting feedback, which is something we all want.
Yeah.
And we're engaging the whole room. They feel like, wow, I'm in the right room. Yeah, I'm not alone, okay? Don't tell us your name. The announcer already told them, and even if they pronounce it wrong, just go, okay? It takes it more time. You don't want that. One of the other things is you said, it feels so good. It feels so good. It feels so good. Let them know that it feels good. And then this one thing that you do, put this down. You're holding your hands like this a lot and keeping them here.
Okay.
This is a self-soothing. You're blocking the energy from them. But the other thing that is something that you guys, this is deep stagecraft, showing the back of the hands in theater is nice. I'm the peasant. I am the beggar. Showing the back of your hands to the audience is like someone who used to, clean the house, doing slavery. I don't know. These are all the things that they talk about in it. So you want to be able to open your hands,
Okay.
so that people, you can feel the energy, and you're giving them energy. And it makes you feel more powerful. Now, when your hands are to your sides, you also don't want to look like this. Because the same thing. Thumbs towards the audience. So when your hands are to your side, and even if they are here, like I said earlier, even if I stand here and talk to you the entire time without moving my hands, it doesn't feel weird. So keep your hands to your sides like this. This means shoulders back, roll them back, because most of the time we're like this, because especially since we roll them back, stand straight, thumbs towards the audience. That's a better thing. But you are self-soothing by keeping your elbows pinned here instead of expansive. Other one, don't walk backwards on stage ever. You're up here. Now I'm going to tell you about how powerful my work is with you. I just took all the energy away from you. So anytime we walk backwards on stage, you see me, I don't go behind here unless I'm going over here for something. This is probably as far as I got, or I sit on my chair, but I'm not ever walking backwards away from you. So we want to stay up here in the front 2 to 3 feet of the stage at all times. Plus you're with them, right? I kept trying to get these tables to move forward, but the cords, because I want you to be close to me. They actually have the table set up, probably starting where the second table is in back, and it felt like so much space. I couldn't stand it. There's already a gap between us that I'm up here, and there's a gap. So I want to include you in that, so while I'm on the front of the stage, I'm including you and bringing you in towards me. So that's why we want to start on the front of the stage and use the stage. At one time, you stood here for the whole first 1.5 minutes, and then you started to move a little bit. You came over here, you stopped, then you walked backwards a little bit, and then you came back over here, and that was about all you did. This camera, you guys, takes up this whole stage. You won't be missed. It's another thing you want to check before you speak on a stage. Where do you not need me? Most of the time, they don't have good lighting when there's like lights and everything in the last 5 feet, or last foot. So you want to make sure you don't go into there because it might be bad lighting or the camera might not be able to see you. But that's why you want to be in the room before you speak, to get a feel of that. Talk to the AV team, find out what they need from you. If there's gonna be a time where you're like, oh, I was on my knees. You come down here and it's like this, they're not gonna see it. You have to tell them what you need because they wanna be able to, step on my dress, back of it. They need to know those things. I had a client, the first TEDx group I did, one of the gentlemen, he came back, he did rehearsals and he was doing a lot of this. And if I turn up the volume, people who are triggered by trauma, parents who yell at them. Yeah. But men get very passionate. They get the eyebrows and the hands going. You have to do this. But it looks like you're angry. Now, this gentleman was black, and I said, I know that's not what you want to appear as. I want you to go home, watch Martin Luther King, watch his cadence, his sound, how he resonated. He never did this to people, right? He was more open. And so he came back the next day, and I don't know what happened, but his 12-minute talk turned into a 22-minute TEDx that he got cut. They needed to get him off the stage. He laid on the floor talking about being homeless, had nothing to do with his talk. I don't know what. His executive director was behind me kicking my chair. What is he doing? I'm like, I don't know. And I'm looking at the staff on the side of the stage. Should we get the hook and take them off? They couldn't even use it. They couldn't even submit it because it couldn't be edited well enough because he didn't say he was going to lay on the floor. So think about those things, okay? I always have my clients watch the video back. So your first job, so when you get this, just turn off the volume, watch it for just body language. Does she seem confident? Does she know what she's talking about? Is she, because even when you stopped and you didn't know what you were going to say, just connect with somebody. What I was saying was, okay, we don't notice until you go, okay? We don't know what you're gonna say. So just keep going. And if you lose track for a minute, just smile at somebody. There's been many times where I'll just stop up here and it doesn't feel like it's a problem, right? Now the other thing is, when we talk about ums and ahs and overcoming those things, it's usually because it's a habit. People have been interrupting you your whole life. So what happens is we go, not done speaking, so don't interrupt me. When you are done speaking, if you just drop off, people think you're done. But if you go up in your tone, they'll wait for you to finish. So if you start working on that on stage, when you go up, if you're about to lose, what was I gonna say? It'll come back to you and you'll feel confident doing it, okay? So that's something to practice every day. is going up in your tone so that people do not interrupt you. Great job.
Thank you.
Helpful?
Yeah.
See a lot of things? Yes.
Quick question here, when it comes to lighting, I noticed at TEDx last month that it was a big stage, theater stage, and the Met Dog was there.
Mm-hmm.
The light was just there.
Yep.
So at first I was like, oh my God, none of the speakers are even moving. It was boring to watch.
Yep. They were
Did
probably
they do
told not to leave the rug.
So because they needed to be in the light. So even if you want to work the stage.
Then you need to talk to the AV team and do it during rehearsals.
Okay, got it.
When they came in here with a half a stage, from here to here, right? I was like, oh, no, we need more than that. Oh, you want more? Yes, I want a stage. Bo Eason requires a 12-foot stage before he'll even come to your event, or 15-foot stage. Because he is like in it, and he's always up in your face with his body language and his acting, because he does theater acting and characters. So you want to make sure that you have the stage you really want. I've been at many events where it's like this carpet, and you're just like, oh, I hope I don't fall off this little tiny stage. Hey, look at me. And when I work with TEDx organizers, I ask them, please find the AV team that can record even if they're not on the rug. Because to stand on a carpet and be like, and they're small, they're even smaller than this, and they're like stuck there, and nobody just wants to see, hi, I'm here, I'm gonna tell you some stuff, but I can't move and it feels really weird. Or if I do, I'm doing some rocking because I don't know else how to move because I can't go too far, right? But even if you have a small stage, remember I said, step, connect, step, step, connect, step, land a point. Okay, it's not, let me just talk about what I'm gonna talk about, it's gonna be great, you're all gonna love what I have to say, it's gonna be so engaging that you're gonna just wanna keep following me as I keep walking across the stage the entire time, aimlessly. We do this because we're nervous. Okay, so learn to walk the stage, we'll talk about more of that, just the foot placement. Yes?
I heard that using your hands creates so much more trust rapport, like presents, like, I don't know, somebody on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. It was probably Vanessa Van Peebles. Yes. I love her, science people. And she studied, we were talking about it the other night, she studied from the guy from Lie to Me about micro expressions and things. So she really talks about how engaging that is. And like she did this thing where she was in the street, she was just doing this. And then everyone's looking around, like, what did she see? And then you see everyone start looking, right? Because we mirror each other. Just like I said, they're gonna mirror you here. But you want them fully committed. And that can feel scary. How many of you, but you wanna ask a question that you know most of the people will say yes to. Okay? So, how many people like chocolate ice cream? That's an iffy one, right? You only have like 4 people raise their hand. How many people like ice cream? Whether it's chocolate, whether it's vanilla, maybe strawberry, right? See how different that feels? And I'm still showing my open body language the entire time and engaging you. And if only half the audience raises their hand, ask another question. Keep your hands raised. Who else feels like a fraud? Who else feels like they're not enough? Okay, so keep the questions until you get most of the audience. But if you think about what's the question you want to start with, find something that engages almost every single person that you know you're going to get a yes. That they're going to put down their phone. Oh crap, she might call on me, and I might need to know what she said so I can raise my hand. Because in school, that's what we did, right? We didn't want our teacher to call on us when we were not ready. Like we were like, oh shoot, I wasn't listening. And that's what the audience will do. So if you engage them at the beginning, not only showing open body language so you have nothing to hide, you're also showing them how you want responses and engagement. And I'm not here to just hear myself talk. I'm here to have a dialogue, even though I'm the only one speaking. All right? Okay. Thank you, Pranita, for being the first one. That was awesome. Okay, so if you have seen this exercise before, please stay in your seat. I want to show you some things. Who in here will trade me a $1 bill for a $20 bill?
You want to know?
Who in here will trade me a $20 bill for a $1 bill. You gonna give me a 20? All right. Okay. So in that moment, sometimes that goes a really long time, by the way. Usually I have a $100 bill, but I didn't have time to go to the bank. What came up for you? First you're like, well, yeah. And you raised your hand. But then what? Why? Why didn't you get up? What did you say to yourself? First time I did this, all I had, I go, oh, I don't have any cash. I don't carry cash. Rob Leahy did this to me. So, and then I went, but I have 4 quarters. So I was like, when no one was trading, I was like, well, screw this. I went in, grabbed it. But one of the first things that came to me, is it a trick? Am I gonna look like a fool? Those are your programs. The reason I do this with dollar bills is because money is the biggest trigger on the planet. So the other thing is, a lot of you were like, yeah, I would. Orly's like, you want it now? The thing is, you didn't get up and take the action to get what you wanted because something got in your way. How often do you think manifestation comes to your door, knocks on the door, walks in and throws money in your lap as you're sitting there watching TV? How many times have you not gotten up and answered the door in life?